Hey everybody, and welcome back to Split Couch Games. I'm Ben,
I'm Scott.
and this is episode 27 of our podcast.
Nicely done.
Which is still tentatively called Couchcast. As we said before, if you have any suggestions or ideas for a more proper name, let us know down in the comments. As for today's topic, it's going to be specific in the sense of where it comes from, but I feel like it's going to be a general topic of stupid implementation of something that should be really easy. Because I feel like there's probably a lot of different things out there that would fall into this category. But where this is coming from is the way that Nintendo decided to go about chat on the Nintendo Switch, specifically for Splatoon. They have a headset made by Hori, right? I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the headset, I think, comes with the adapter. I would hope so. Or rather, vice versa. The adapter comes with the headset. And so you have to plug the headset into the adapter. And then the adapter gets plugged into your Nintendo Switch and your cell phone. Because your cell phone is where the chat actually takes place. Because why not? Am I right?
Yeah. Okay. So God, it's just so bad. Because so you have so it's a home console. So it's both a portable and a home console. As far as the portable mode, this makes a lot of sense because it's a small screen, so it's going to be in front of you, so the cords are all just going to be right there.
Yeah.
But if you are like normal people and you put the Switch in like your home entertainment center, it's going to be
like 6-8 feet away, something
6
like that.
to 8 feet away from you. It's a bit of a hassle. And for the record, the splitter cables are less than 20 inches long.
Oh my gosh.
So
you better be hoping to be sitting on the floor while you play Splatoon 2 in order to talk to people.
Yeah.
You know what?
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate really quick.
Good luck with that.
If you don't care about game volume, you don't need the adapter, right? You just plug it right into your cell phone. And then you don't have to worry about connecting it to the Switch. Which,
every
to be
person
fair,
in every game that is even remotely competitive hates you right now.
But keep in mind that the standard like Xbox mics did not have game volume in them.
Yeah. That
being said, they only had one ear. The headset definitely has two ears, so it's gonna cut out your game volume. I didn't say that I was gonna play a really good devil's advocate. I'm just gonna throw that out there that is an option that you can use.
So I just want you to think about it this way. And imagine worst case scenario with an iPhone 7. Where you have to have this hookup.
Oh God.
But your phone's running low on battery. So now you have to have a splitter and an adapter plugged into the bottom of your iPhone 7 because there's no headphone jack.
Yeah, for those who don't know, it's only a lightning cable.
Yeah. You only have a lightning cable port on the bottom of an iPhone 7. So you would have to have a splitter so that your lightning port your single lightning port turns into two, and then you have to have one of them plugged into something to charge it, whether it's a wall outlet, a computer, something like that. And then you have to have the other one plugged into an adapter that adapts the lightning port to a headphone jack, and then you can plug it into all this convoluted shit that Nintendo decided to come up with.
It sounds like fun, man.
Now, if you're like me, And let's say you had a long enough cord to go from like where my Nintendo Switch is, about 8 feet away from me or whatever, to where I am, so that like getting game audio wasn't that big of a deal. But
Sure.
my phone was dying. I would have to have all of that stuff hooked into my laptop, which is then plugged into a wall.
Yeah. We're in the
I
future.
just don't. What?
We're in the future.
Yeah,
So does the Nintendo Switch have Bluetooth?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna look that up while you vamp and
Yeah,
express your disappointment.
I don't understand how they went from the Wii U to this. Because the Wii U had... Or wait, no, it didn't. I was gonna say I thought that they had a headphone jack in the Wii U Pro controller, but I don't think it does. Maybe it does. I can't quite remember. But regardless, this technology has been in existence for over a decade on both Sony and Microsoft consoles.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it so complicated? That I don't.
Yeah. So there's no Bluetooth connection in the Nintendo
I didn't
Switch.
think so.
So yeah. I
So
mean,
you
okay,
can't
so
even,
Nintendo
go buy
has
a third-party Bluetooth or anything.
Nope. There is no Bluetooth. So like Nintendo has never been an online console. Like you can play people online, but like it's always been second rate, really. Like I think like Splatoon did well, and that was like but like even
Yeah.
like Brawl and Smash, or like when Brawl was out, like I think it was hard to actually find a game like you to play with your friends. You had to like insert like this 20-digit long code instead of just like a name. I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't get it. Like I understand that that's not their focus.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just so surprised that like no one in the presumably no one in the development process was like, so if we ever want to let people like talk online, do we want to like have a way for them to do that? Like I assume someone said that at some point, right? Like
Yeah.
and then they
I
were like,
mean,
no, we're going to use a phone app. And then like maybe that was the end of the discussion, cuz then it's
yeah,
like
but I don't. How is that ever a good idea? Like, why would anyone go like, you know what? People aren't using enough technology these days. We're gonna make them use even more technology when they use our technology.
well, I mean, I can sorry, still dealing with allergies. I can still see like I could see it that like they want to create a sort of what's the word? Like they wanted to create the console or make the console as small as possible, so they didn't want to include any sort of stuff that didn't need to be there. So if they could leverage the power of smartphones, so that they just didn't have to actually put the chat device in the console, I can almost understand that.
I
But-
guess.
But like, it kind of hurts on a physical level looking at like that setup where it's like
Yeah.
because like
And-
whether like no matter what your feelings are on the Switch, like I personally like I just don't care that much about it. It's
Yeah.
a sleek looking console. Like it is. It's kind of like it's a very futuristic console. Like in the fact that like you
Yeah.
can pick it up and take it out and then like go places with it. Like that's so
Yeah.
cool. That's so sleek.
Yeah. Like I took it to work a couple times last week just to play Zelda on my lunch break.
Yeah. Like that's amazing. And then this happens. Like
Uh-huh.
what?
I think the worst part about it is that looking at the Wii U Pro controller and
Which by the way is a good controller.
yeah, it is a pretty good controller.
Oh wait, no, you said the Wii U one? I didn't like the Wii U one.
Well, I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. Like
The
I felt
Switch
like
Pro controller is really good.
Yeah, the Switch Pro controller is pretty great, and that one is basically just a better version of the Wii U Pro controller. Like I
Yeah.
feel like the layout is the same, but like there's a little more weight to it and everything. So
It just it feels a little more solid, a little more well built. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, sorry.
But
go
no,
ahead.
looking at the Wii U Pro controller, I feel like everybody should have seen this coming because there was no headset jack in the Wii U Pro controller.
Sure.
The only way you could do voice chat on the Wii U was using the gamepad.
Yeah.
But that was still part of the system.
Sure.
And it was still, like, portable enough that you could literally just, like, have the system still hooked up to your TV and then just take the gamepad, set it down next to you, plug in your headset there, and be talking while you play games.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have cords strewn across the floor or anything like that.
Yeah. Still kind of shitty that you had to like hook it up to the giant tablet.
Yeah.
And, like, but yeah. I don't
So-
know. I just like I get it. I'm trying to get it. I don't get it, but like yeah, like in theory it sounds really cool. Like, oh, I'm going to chat with everyone. Like I'm going to chat with all my Splatoon friends on my phone. But then I'm just sitting here like, why don't you just use Skype or Discord or whatever?
Yeah.
Like,
And I mean, the way I'm kind of looking at it, because like I've been trying this entire time to figure out what sort of positive there could be by having it run through this phone app instead of a on the system app or whatever.
mm-hmm.
And I honestly can't. Like, the best thing that I can think is, like, if you're on your way home, like, you could jump into the chat room before you're even home with your Switch.
Sure.
And, like, at that point, like, it's kind of... I sort of get it, but then the cord length is still a major issue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, on that note, there is a possibility. So, back in Gears 2, everyone was Gears of War 2. Everyone was complaining about lag, and so Epic did a write up about how, like, what's causing the lag, and voice chat, like, in-game voice chat, was a significant portion of the bandwidth being used. I assume that at this point, like 8 years later, we have that figured out.
Yeah.
But like that could be part of it. Where like the Nintendo network doesn't actually need to like, or the gameplay network and the voice chat are so separated now that like they're not interfering with each other.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not. I'm just gonna. I'm throwing that out there as something because there's
Yeah.
got to be a reason, right? Like,
You're standing too close.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the best thing that I could think
Since you don't look so tough.
in terms of, like, if they wanted to have
You don't look so
the like phone chat taking place, or the chat taking place on the phone, the very least what they could have done is created a headset that would wirelessly pair with your controller, and then you could just plug your phone into the system, just have one cord, and then, I mean, if you're playing games, like, you're likely not going to be looking at your phone anyways, so just like set your phone down,
I mean,
plug it into the
disagree, but
system,
sure.
go sit at your couch.
I don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone wants to set their phone that far away from them, even if they're gaming.
I mean, yeah. But, like, I feel like that's the best case scenario
Yeah.
for if you're going to have phone chat. Or chat
I'm curious if-
over the phone, rather. Why do I keep saying phone chat? Anyways.
I wonder if you might be able to get a Bluetooth headset connected to your phone that way instead of through the dongle. No. Well,
No, because
yeah.
you would still need game audio.
Yeah.
So like the only
But would that
real
not be
way
able to
that I
come
could see it doing is instead of piping two things and having it like consolidate or condense down into one line going to a headset, they should have just had the phone be like, okay, you know, output audio through this, it goes into the system, and then the system says, okay, this is where it's coming from, we're going to send it here, and then it just goes straight to the headset that's wireless. That's what they should have done. I don't know the logistics of that in terms of like tech or anything, so maybe that's not even really possible, or maybe it is, but it would have been a total nightmare to get it working.
Yeah, because I guess you can't even do it like you. Yeah. Why is this a thing? No, wait. Okay. What the fuck?
Because I mean,
Like the phone.
again,
Yeah, the phone is like not even like.
because like I mean, like you said, nobody would really want to put their phone down and potentially miss a phone call or anything like that because it's, you know, across the room plugged in. But I feel like if it came down to it, for most people they would position it in a way so that they could still see the screen, you know, or
Yeah.
even like in my case, that area is dark enough that I would see it light up if someone was calling me or something. So
But like, what if it was just a text message? It's like, oh, I have to like go, and it's like, it's me, and it's like, sup, Ben, and you're like, what the fuck? You made me get off my couch. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, ugh, just ooh,
yeah.
ooh. That's all
When
I
I
have
saw
to say.
that, because like I remember reading that, you know, chat was going to be done through a phone app and everything like that. Like I remember reading that a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if I just forgot or if there was part of me that was hoping that that wasn't true and that, you know, maybe they're figuring something out. I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
just-
I think I was hopeful that like it would make sense in some way,
Yeah.
but yeah,
I don't know. It's messy. That is for sure.
it's not great.
So are there any other tech items or anything like that that maybe not set up in like, you know, a similar fashion, but were just
Yeah.
very like head desk kind of like, why would you do it this way type of thing?
Not really. It's my memory. I think the PS4 controller upset me because of the touchscreen in the middle. Like, cause
It's just another piece of gimmicky crap that nobody uses.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just it just adds like a little bit of like bulk to it that doesn't need to be there. I don't know.
I don't even really like it. Or
I don't know,
even
I don't- I
really
guess it's
feel
not like
it
even-
adds that. My main problem with the touchpad is the fact that like you have. Well, I mean, heck, like most companies don't even use it like as a touchpad. There are even like first-party Sony titles that don't utilize the touchpad functionality,
Yeah.
but then they still have you clicking that button.
Yep.
Because, you know, unlike on Xbox, like the two small buttons aren't, you know, both used because one of them is the share button,
Yeah.
which I've always wondered, like, if that was actually more handy on the controller than like what the
Or what
functionality
Xbox-
is on Xbox. So I mean, like Xbox, you have to like, you know, press the Xbox Jewel or whatever the hell you want to call it, and
Yeah.
then hit like the X button or something in order to record something,
Yeah.
which is obviously like way more complicated than just like tapping the button the one time. But
Yeah. I don't like. I feel like there should have been like another button for the share, and just like kept the standard like two buttons, like select and start or whatever they usually are.
yeah,
I don't know. I
agree.
Yeah, I think it's mostly like I just haven't seen that touchpad used in any way ever.
I think the only like mention that I've ever read or anything of the touchpad being used in a way that was both entertaining and understandable and all that kind of stuff was with back when the console first came out, whatever Killzone game came out, they apparently used it pretty well in that. Like, it was still kind of like, but it was way more understandable.
Yeah.
And it actually felt good.
Yeah.
As opposed to most other implementations that just kind of feel ham-handed.
I remember when the Kinect first came out, like the original Kinect for the 360. I got it, and
I'm sorry.
in Halo Combat, like the Halo remake, the Halo 1 remake, at the same time. And like the big thing was like, oh, if you have a Kinect, you can like throw grenades with your voice and like reload.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Halo 1 remake, you could use the Kinect to throw, like you say throw a grenade, it would throw a grenade. Or you could you yell reload and it would reload.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know that this is true because on the first mission I tried it. Or no, the second mission I tried it. And there was an elite and I had a sticky grenade and I like ran out of cover, yelled throw a grenade. Nothing happened. Went back into cover. Then the grenade threw and killed me. And I was like, alright, never using that again.
Awesome.
Like, I was so excited because I was like, oh, this is going to be super cool. But the control was like 3 seconds behind. It was...
Wow. Yeah, also probably takes longer to say any of that than what it would take to press the button.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But I thought it might, like, kind of be cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. To, like, maybe, like, you could, like, press, like, 4 different... You could press your 4 buttons and then, like, throw out a voice command or something. I don't know.
Yeah. When it comes to voice commands, the only time I've ever seen that done well was with Tom Clancy's End War.
I never
You
played
ever play it? No?
Never even heard of it.
It is an RTS on 360. And it is the only console RTS that has the capability to let you match, well, not match, but at least compete, I guess, in terms of actions per minute. Just simply because, like, you can be doing stuff with the controller and also sending voice commands, and it actually worked really well, like, really, really well. Because, like, you know, typically I'd be, like, you know, bouncing around my different buildings or whatever, you know, like, training specific troops with the controller, and then just saying, you know, like, Alpha Squad, you know, go here, and all that kind of stuff. So, like, you know, unlike with Halo Wars or something, where you have to kind of do everything with the controller, and there are a few quick buttons, but... Yeah, no, that was really the only good implementation of voice controls that I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Honestly, when it comes to the Kinect, I feel like the entire thing was just sort of a missed opportunity. Because I feel like, like, realistically, the technology in the Kinect isn't, like, bad tech. As much as it is that it's gimped tech. Like, I feel like if the Kinect was as powerful as it could be, then it would be a wonderful piece of hardware. But it would cost as much as the console itself.
Yeah. I remember playing Fruit Ninja on the original Kinect. That was fun.
Never played Fruit Ninja.
Oh, well, I mean, you're missing out.
On Kinect, at least. I mean,
you're missing out, man.
I've played the app.
It's pretty good. You're like, ah! Yeah. It's tiring, too. It's a good workout.
Yeah. It's probably similar to Like the only Kinect game that I have on the Xbox One is like the Fantasia one, where like you're conducting the music or whatever. And it's actually, you know, a pretty fun game and pretty accurate in terms of tracking your movements and stuff. So,
Nice.
but
All
yeah,
right.
it would wear you out.
So, I know that you kind of started the topic and we didn't really like finish it, but like, what tech stuff do you feel was poorly thought out?
I feel like there's a lot, really, but some of it is not so much poorly thought out as much as was just the entire situation wasn't handled well. Because like the Dreamcast specifically, I never owned one. Always heard it was a wonderful console.
Yeah.
But I feel like it was kind of one of those things that was just like too far ahead, which sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like it was just kind of one of those things that had its fair share of problems, and those overshadowed its benefits, unfortunately. And I don't know if that was just because of that's how the media handled it, or maybe the problems were, you know, as bad as what they were saying and everything. I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's typically what I think about whenever anybody, you know, brings something like that up. That and what's it called? The very first VR thing, the Virtual Boy. That. I always thought the concept of it was so cool, and I never owned one as a kid, but like after reading up on it and everything as an adult, I'm like, I'm glad I didn't get that thing.
Yeah. The N64 controller still doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, God. Yes.
Like,
I genuinely, like, even when I first saw it, I was like, how am I supposed to hold this?
yeah.
And so, you know, I naturally grabbed, like, the outside two, and my friend was like, no, you want to grab, like, the middle one and the right one. And I'm like, so what's the point of the other one then? And he's like,
It looks like a spaceship.
yeah. There's a lot of stuff that Nintendo does that's just, like, really, like, why? Like, you know,
Well,
the
Nintendo does,
Nintendo
like-
64 controller, the GameCube discs.
I like the GameCube disc.
I mean,
Like,
sure.
I don't know.
Like, they're kind of, like, cool in a novel sort of way.
yeah.
But at the same time, it's sort of like they spin at a slower rate. They hold less.
Man,
Like-
I was a kid. I didn't care. I was just like,
Sure.
they're small.
And I mean, like, realistically, like, we shouldn't care as adults
Also,
about, like, what the tech
also-
is capable of.
Apparently,
as much as-
like, they had to use the same size booklets.
What?
Like, the booklets that they came in, they were the same size as, like, a normal CD case.
Oh,
I don't
that's
know.
weird. Kind of like how the Nintendo Switch cases are, like, freaking, like, this big. Like, they're almost the size of a standard DVD case, but then there's, like, this tiny little cartridge that's, like, smaller than a potato chip.
I mean, you gotta add protection,
Sure.
you know.
Let's go with that. The cases for the Nintendo Switch games are bigger than the 3DS cases, but the cartridge is smaller than a 3DS cartridge.
Man, I don't know. Nintendo does what Nintendo wants, and more 50-50, it works out for them.
Yeah. I was going to say, they did what they wanted with the Wii U, too, and that didn't work out all that well. But, I mean, after... I don't know if you went back and watched any of their marketing stuff, but I can understand why it didn't do well.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
like, 90% of their marketing was about the gamepad.
Yep.
They, like, at the E3 presentation announcing the Wii U, they never even showed the console.
Yeah.
They just showed the gamepad.
The console's not important.
I mean, sure, I guess, if you want to say that. You can say that. Those can be words that go together in a sentence. But,
I'm waiting for Microsoft to say those exact words at their E3 conference. They're going to stand up and be like, I know you guys are looking forward to seeing the Scorpio, but the console's not important.
here's a new controller.
Here's the games. Here's Gears of War
Oh, man.
5. I'd actually be kind of mad if Gears of War 5 came out this year. I'd be pissed.
Yeah,
I'd
that'd be
play
kind of shitty. Oh, yeah. But
I'd
you'd be
pre-order it.
pissed because you'd be pissed because you'd be like, damn it, now I got to buy a 4K monitor and
Yeah. Well, no, I'd be
And a
pissed because
Scorpio.
like I don't feel like I've exhausted Gears 4 yet.
will you ever feel like you've exhausted Gears 4?
I don't know. I'm 1,000 games in.
Good lord, dude.
I mean,
Alright.
I think I hit 12,000 in Gears 3.
That's
So
disgusting. You make me want to vomit. Anyways, we're getting off track, so I think
wasn't even
it's
that good at
probably
Gears
about time
3.
that... What?
I wasn't even that good at Gears 3.
Anyways, we should move on. This has been a wonderful podcast, but we're getting sidetracked, and we don't want to turn
What?
this into another, 50-minute podcast or anything,
What?
so...
Ben this guy getting sidetracked? Are you
Yeah,
shooting
you're
me
right.
now?
That never happens.
Never, not even once.
Anyways.
So
We'll see you guys next
I'll
time
edit
on
this
Split Couch
podcast. You
Games.
edit the long one.
No, fuck you.
All right, see you guys next time on Split Couch Games. Bye.
Bye.